Hello and welcome to that Peter Crouch podcast with me, Peter Crouch. We are remote this time, lads. I'm here obviously with Chris Stark and the notorious SID. How are we, lads?
Very, very good. Yes. How are you, Sids?
I'm really, really well. I've had a great weekend. We'll come on to the results and the scores, which has got me back in the game. And I had a good weekend. I had a bit of a tiring one, actually. I had a charity night on Friday. Justin Rose and Niall Horan's charity night.
Oh,
Brilliant.
You were there.
I was there. Jessie J. How good is she singing, by the way?
Really?
Blew me away, honestly. First song, she had everyone in that whole room there. It was incredible. They raised over £1 million as well. Great for cancer research. Really, really good night. Really good night. I enjoyed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
These are the circles you're moving in now, Sid.
Well, I mean, I was fortunate enough to get an invite. I mean, I during the auction, I sat with my hands under my bum. So I didn't dare cough or sneeze because there was some outrageous bids going in. Outrageous.
Oh, man,
yeah, notorious. I'm not doubting that you should be there, but where's this invite come from? Because I definitely wasn't invited. Not that I would expect that, but it's these are mad circles you're moving in at the moment.
Well, I'm just trying to keep up with you two. I really am, because one's jet setting away and enjoying himself, and the other, you, Chris, you're just always a man of mystery. So. Anyway, enough of me. Crouchy, you're alive. How was your weekend?
Yeah, it was quite a lively one, mate. I had a little trip to Ibiza. Obviously, it was the international break, coincided with some closing parties in Ibiza. So I thought I'd venture over there, have a little frappuccino, and
absolutely love this. By the way, love that you're doing the closing parties in Ibiza. This is how to do it. There's an old school Crouchy that's coming out at the moment. It's a very playful one. I love it. So out in Ibiza, closing parties. Now, my scouts on the ground report back that the weather was not ideal this weekend.
Yeah, difficult weather-wise, but it kind of makes you feel less guilty about lying in after a big one, and that's exactly what I did. So it's like, you look out and you think, I should go back to bed. So that obviously made things slightly heavier on the old drinking front. I've actually got a McDonald's just in front of me here now, and I'm just kind of in recovery mode, really. But we go again next week. It was international break, and if you can't let your head down in international break, then when can you?
Absolutely. So it was good. Did you get to any of the closing parties, or what was it, or yacht based? What was going on?
Well, yeah, we did sort of boat out, but the weather wasn't great, so we had to kind of pie that one. I ended up in Pasha. I had another big one one night, and then I also everyone went to Universe, but I'm going to throw her under the bus. Ab blew out. I'm going to blame her. And I ended up not going. And the boys had an absolute cracker. Said it was an unbelievable place. But I didn't get to sample it.
She didn't fancy it, or was it just sort of exhaustion from a weekend of partying?
I don't think she was feeling very well. But she must have had a dirty glass or something.
Well, look, to be fair, Crouchy, it's kind of the theme of the weekend, because obviously San Marino, the national team, had a bit of a shocker as well.
Yeah, awful, really. We were kicking off. It was worse. It was every 5 minutes. It felt like we were kicking off. I have to say, Abby, no issues whatsoever. She didn't kick off at all. She was very well behaved. But San Marino, on the other hand, non-stop kicking off.
Mate, I hate to say it, I think I'd be the same as Abby now. Like, I can't do you. Let me work this out. You were there Friday till the time recording this podcast. So Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday. I can't do that much. I'd struggle with that.
Well, I'll be honest with you. It's one of those where, like, I'm like, look, it was. I think we should go. Everyone else is going. She said, "There's absolutely no way," and it was one of those where I was like, I can do that. I'm all right with that, because 3 in a row now at this age is it's a bit heavy.
Sounds like you need a little pep talk from the Notorious. You should have got on the phone or left a voice note. That would give you a pick me up, mate.
You know what? I should have just passed the FaceTime Abby to Sid and just let him do his magic. We'd have been in the universe, no doubt.
Well, look, big respect for getting straight back to the UK and then jumping straight on this podcast, which is why we're remote. Most of the podcast that you're going to hear today is with the brilliant Joel Ward and a chat that we had with him a few days ago. But obviously, we just wanted to jump on as close to when this podcast comes out on a Wednesday as possible so we can get our scores up to date, because this league has switched up something unbelievable. This has been a big weekend, this international break, in terms of our mini league.
This is it's one of the best leagues in the world, if not the best league in the world. The turnaround's been phenomenal. I got 2 points. Chris, you got 1. You were obviously our leader. And Sid's has stormed into the lead with 5 points over the weekend. That puts Sid's top on 17. Chris second on 16. And Pete, or Crouchy, if you will, bottom with 15 points.
Unbelievable scenes. The ginger cat is well and truly in amongst the pigeons now.
On fire, on fire.
Bonfire. Huge weekend. This is the problem with the international weekend. It throws curveballs. No one knows what to do with the predictions. I was moving mad. The comments that I've had my way. Heavy abuse on my Instagram for daring to believe that Wales could get any kind of result against England. I watched the first, I'm saying 3 or 4 minutes of that game and knew I was absolutely fucked.
I genuinely felt like I might have cheated you out of a point there, because it was like it was 3-0 in 20 minutes, wasn't it? And it was unbelievable. Not a sniff.
I felt hustled. I really did. I felt hustled.
It's good for the integrity of the league, anyway. You know, it's
cost me. No, because you know what? Up to now, yes, some would describe it as missionary. Maybe dare I say it, boring. But my tactics so far were to go very much with my head over my heart. And I don't know what happened with this international weekend. I just thought I've got points to spare, and that's where it bites you. So here is my vow from here on in: no more mucking around. There will be no risks taken, no silly deals made. I'm seriously annoyed to have lost this lead.
Was it anyone to have blamed for that, Chris? In terms, I can't really remember last week. In terms of some of the names that was cropping up on your IG feed, or did you just?
Yeah, well, I mean, there was several people sort of baiting me into a Wales. Well, I mean, it was a Wales win by any score would have got me 3 points, and as we all saw, they were absolutely dreadful. And do you know what? Like, I'm going to blame it all on the outgoing Watford manager, because in the time you've been to Ibiza, Crouchy, another Watford manager's been fired. Javi Gracia is back at the wheel again. I'm even hearing reports Emmanuel Dennis might be coming back to the club for what must be his 3rd or 4th spell. I mean, it's just one normal day at Watford, please. But it's never going to happen, is it? I swear, boys, if we do not get a call up to manage this Watford team by the time GTA 6 comes out, I will be flabbergasted.
It's madness, isn't it? It is mad how Watford are carrying on. Like, what is the deal there? It's just manager after manager.
Do you know what? They've stopped doing the announcements now. So what used to happen is there used to be an Instagram post with a corner flag that went up when the manager was fired. They've done away with that now. It's happened so many times that what they did is they just announced the new manager and just kind of put a line at the bottom, thanking the other manager for his services. They don't even bother announcing he's been fired now.
It doesn't sound like you're optimistic though, Chris, about the new manager.
No, I am. I actually really, really like him. And in a way, it's kind of nice to have someone back that you like. But, I liked Tom Cleverley. I never wanted him to go. But I guess if there's going to be someone at the club, at least we're back to someone that I've heard of. I didn't even bother learning the last manager's name. I mean, it was so predictable what was going to happen. So, look, hopefully some good times at Watford. But, I mean, there's a few odd stories going on at the moment. Look at Forest. What about Big Ange as well? Like, what are we saying about all this?
Yeah, big out. I think he's struggling, isn't he? And the crowd seems to be turning already. Didn't feel like a fit, really, did it? When you think about Nuno's style of play and Ange's style of play, it was chalk and cheese. He's just come in, I suppose, tried to make changes, but they had great success under Nuno. So I don't think that is going to end well, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Doesn't seem to be heading in the right direction, does it?
No, agree. Couple more games.
No. Yeah. Okay. Should we get into the games this week, lads?
Let's do it.
This next part of the podcast is supported by Paddy Power. It's the big weekend fixture. For me, the biggest game in English football is Liverpool versus Manchester United. Liverpool are 4-5, as you would imagine. Manchester United 4-1. Liverpool coming to the game. They are sitting second in the league, but faulted losing 3 games on the trot. And as we know, United, decent result was at Sunderland the last time they played, but still not firing.
Yeah, what are we saying about Liverpool, lads? Because I think the first 5 games, they was 5 for 5, didn't play well, scoring late goals. Everyone was like, oh, the league's done and dusted already. Now they've firing blanks. They're in more need of a bluey than I was last week. I mean, they're in trouble. It blows the league wide open. I honestly think this league is going to go the whole way because everyone's going to start dropping points. Everyone is dropping points.
Do Arsenal go favourites now?
This is the problem. I think you've nailed it, Crouchy, is that as much as we can talk about Liverpool here, you can't really have the conversation without looking at what Arsenal are doing and where the consistency is going to be in between these two teams. The one thing is, though, Arsenal do tend to go quite Arsenal about the situation. I don't want to be that guy right now. They are playing brilliantly. I love watching them play. I absolutely love. I'm almost jealous of how good that Arsenal team is and to see that all the fans behind them. And I do actually think it's an incredible club and what they're doing. However, there is a track record there which must be in the back of the mind. I don't know. You boys tell me. Can you restart a season and completely lose that kind of that bit in the back of your head or that reputation that comes with the club that you're playing for? Can you completely block it out, or is it actually just a thing that is talked about in the media but really doesn't mean much to the players?
Well, I think when you've got that hanging over you, like I do think it's definitely an issue mentally to be able to deal with. You just got to get over that first hurdle. I think Arsenal, they go and win a league title. I think they can go and win 3 or 4. Like it's definitely like when it comes to the crunch, there's more pressure on them because it's like, are they going to or not? And you don't want to let it slip so much. It becomes a little bit more pressure, and it's only a tiny little amount, but it can weigh heavy. But I look at Arsenal's squad now. I just think like it's absolute class right the way through it. Perfectly capable of winning the league, as capable certainly as Liverpool. But they haven't done it in recent years. So, and that is the only thing why I would just give Liverpool the edge.
Yeah,
Sid?
I mean, I look at Arsenal and I'm exactly the same as you two. But I think if I'm in that dressing room, if I'm a Declan Rice and I'm seeing the new signings come through the door, it's got to back you and going, well, we come so close the last few times when we were second. Now we've added heavy artillery and the defence are looking strong. I think this has to be their year. But in saying that, you can't write off Man City. Like you can't. Or Liverpool for that matter. So I honestly think this is going to be one of the most exciting leagues to date in terms of getting down to the wire. I think there could be 2, 3 or 4 in the mix come 3 or 4 games to go. I really do. And Liverpool are definitely in that. This is a huge game. This is a huge weekend for Liverpool. Having Man U come, it's at Anfield, isn't it, as well? They cannot lose this. They cannot lose this, especially after losing 3 on the bounce. They just can't. They can't.
Well, look, I have thrown this out on Instagram, as ever. Hundreds, if not thousands of replies. It seems to grow and grow every week. Just a quick appeal, please don't change your name on Instagram because from what I'm seeing from a couple of messages, you can't automatically change it back very easily. There's some sort of block process on it, so it takes a few days. I've had a couple of messages about that, but hello, and boys, just stop me when you hear someone you want to delve into. Danny Ash, Matthew Garden, Dan Staples, Alex Forsyth. Do we think part of the great Bruce Forsyth legacy? Do we think? You never know. Do you remember Bruce Forsyth, that FA Cup final where he entertained the crowds?
No.
If I was to offer one bit of homework, go and look at a video of Bruce Forsyth before. I'm going to say 1974, 1975 FA Cup final. And Bruce Forsyth is sent out to entertain the crowds, and it's brilliant. All the old boys there dressed up smart going to the football, flat caps and everything, and Bruce Forsyth being the one to entertain.
Was it, Chris, is that similar to Chris Richard at Wimbledon?
I don't know what the equivalent would be today. I don't know if we've got a TV presenter that really sort of matches that feel now. I mean, you couldn't send Stephen Mulhern out before the FA Cup final, could you? It wouldn't. As much as I love him, I'm not sure it's the right.
It's not the right vibe, is it? Yeah, I don't know. With Bruce was a legend.
Vernon Kay? Do we do some Vernon Kay? I don't know. I don't know what we do. Anton Deck, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Cat Dealey.
Cat Dealey. I'll tell you who'd be good. Who's your man? Who presents The Chase?
Bradley Walsh.
Bradley Walsh.
Yes, there he is. 100%.
I reckon that.
All right, listen, Manchester United are struggling, I would say. They played better against Sunderland, but I'm gonna go for a 3-1 Liverpool win.
Nice. I've just spotted a guy on Instagram called Chris Tancock. So naturally, I'm gonna go with him. I think
100%, mate. I'm dying to hear what Tancock's got to say.
What's the history of that name?
I mean, well, like when you have to go back through time and like, there he is.
I really want what's that DNA show? Is it Davina McCall? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The history of some of these names. It'd be great. Remember when we had Fiona? No, we didn't have Fiona Bruce. When we had Susie Dent on with a different football word. Maybe we need someone to delve into. Firstly, Crouch, Sidwell. I don't not me, but we can go for different names, and give a little history into some of them. It could be a nice.
Why don't we start with Tancock?
Let's start with Tancock. If anyone's a kind of historian that can do a bit of digging here, and don't make it too long, just something we can read out in 20, 30 seconds. The history of Tancock. He is going for a Liverpool 2-0 win, so I'll join him on that train. Liverpool 2, United 0.
I'm just writing in my notes now at the moment. Ask Susie Dent to delve into the history of Tancock.
Am I right? Every name has got some history, though, hasn't it? It's got a sort of story as to how it's come about.
Has to.
Fascinating to know.
Right, okay. Getting off of Tancock, I'm going to go for a missionary 2-1 Liverpool.
Okay, we've got Paddy's Boost. This is where we each pick a leg of the Crouch Pod bet builder. The odds on that bet builder will then be boosted by 20% and put on the special section of the website and app. I'm going to go this week with I'm going to player to score first, Mo Salah.
Nice. Chris?
Okay, I'm going to go player to be carded. I'm going to go Casemiro.
Oh, that's a good shout. I like that. Okay, a player to have 2 or more shots on target. I'm going to go for Gakpo. For me. Lovely.
Odds are correct at the time of recording. Please gamble responsibly. Moving on, lads, we've got Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea. Obviously, Forest without a win now in 9 matches across all competitions since they won on the opening weekend of the Premier League season against Brentford. Big Ange has not He's not gone in there all guns blazing. I do think it takes time, of course. You can't give a manager however many games he's had, 6 or 7 games, and I don't even think it's that, is it? And
No.
and then get rid. I do think you need more. I think if you've given him the job in the first place, he probably deserves a little bit more time. I think we all get a bit trigger happy, don't we? Chelsea had an amazing victory against Liverpool in the final few moments. Estevao, who scored the winner. My little boy met him in a restaurant and had a picture of him. So he's kind of like our favourite Chelsea player now. So when he scored, my little boy was like almost like buzzing. And I went, mate, that's the last minute against Liverpool. And he was like, oh yeah. he really likes Estevao as a player.
He's only young as well, isn't he?
Because he's really nice to him in a restaurant. It was actually before he'd played a few pre-season games, but he hadn't played in the league yet when we met him. And he was really, really like nice to my little boy. So we're Estevao fans in this house.
Do we think? I'd be interested to know your little lad's take on this. Do we put enough respect on Chelsea being the champions of the world right now?
No, they don't get anywhere near enough respect for that, really. It's a brand new tournament, and no one knows what the hell it was. So they don't. I mean, it's not like a Champions League winner. I think the respect. I think the longer the competition goes on, it will gain a lot of respect. But there was a lot of teams, top teams, not in it, right? You can't be the world champions if all the best teams aren't in it.
But the badge says world champions, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I think that's more of a PR thing. I agree with Crouchy, but I do think that a bit more respect needs to be put on that they've won every single European trophy, which is unreal.
Good point.
That's whether that's long-term history or short-term history, they've still done that, and there's not. I think they are the only club to do that as well. I believe, which is phenomenal.
I think the PSG as well, like in the final, they absolutely dismantled them in that game. I still think, I think, if you look at it there, like they got to beat Liverpool there. They're capable of beating anyone. Do they have a consistency?
Well, I'm going to throw consistency in, and I'm going to go straight off the bat that Chelsea win this 3-0.
Oh,
3-0.
I fancy that. It's hard with Ange, this, isn't it? Because you're right, he does need more time. Like he does need more time. But because of the situation there and the whole, the owner being a bit of a character and stuff like that, all of these discussions are already starting with him. How long's he got? And I don't even think that's necessarily just an Ange thing. I think it's just the idea that the guy at the top, does seem to react to the sort of noise that comes around.
Yeah, he does. But I do think he has a good relationship with Ange Postecoglou. I mean, he obviously does. I did like Ange's comments about everyone thinks he's Greek now. When he was at Tottenham, everyone thought he was Australian. He said it's amazing how I've gone from being an Australian. I've been an Australian, now I'm a Greek.
He does though, doesn't he? He sort of morphs quite brilliantly.
It's like mental. Everyone was going like, Aussie, he's an Aussie. And then obviously the Greek chairman hires him, guys, because he's Greek. How can he switch so quickly? It just, for me, it's just laughable at like the narrative, isn't it? Of like, if we've got a narrative, we have to we go with that and everything just gets put to the side. But I found it funny. I think what Ange is really good at is, I think, kind of batting away the negative comments and going, actually, this is the job I'm doing. This is hard. I don't think he listens to too much of the noise. He managed to block it out quite well. But he's got to win games.
He's had so much experience in this now, Pete, though, hasn't he? I mean, I feel like I've always liked him, and I just feel like there's been so many months of negativity that comes his way. and he to me he seems like such a nice character, but as you say, you've got to win games, haven't you? And patience will run out.
Do you know what? I spoke to Steve Bruce once, right? I think he said his dad stopped coming to games, at Newcastle when he was getting so much flack. And I think his dad, the last game, and his dad just went, "How do you stand in that square little box and get absolutely abused for 90 minutes and don't say anything back or react to it?" It's a hard thing to do, isn't it? If you're getting a bit of grief like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it is. And also, I think with football, and this might sound like a tiny bit of a cop out, it's always easier to criticise than to actually, we could do a whole segment here when we don't even talk about but the fact that people are already questioning how long he'll be there or the negativity around it, and actually try and go point for point to what they need to do or what needs to happen there to actually turn it around. But it's very easy to criticise, and that's just the nature of it in some ways. But it's worth remembering, isn't it?
I was thinking, Chris, when you talk about managers going to work, doing their job and getting absolutely abused with it, can you imagine walking into the Capitol in the morning, right? And a load of fellas are outside, "Stark, fuck off. You're shite. You're getting sacked in the morning." Can you imagine?
Well, just think about it in any job. Think about any job. If you are listening to this right now, wherever you work, right, and there's 1,000 people outside your door on the way in every morning and when you leave, telling you you're getting sacked. You're getting sacked in the morning.
You're bringing this company down. Do one. If fucking run it into the ground. Fucking shite.
The thing is as well, it's not even from people outside. It's you could be at home, you could have finished work, got home, and turn on the TV, and you're getting it, or you're on your phone and you're getting it as well. It's non-stop.
Unbelievable. It's social media. You actually think about it, it's crazy, really. Like in no other job are you getting that way.
It is crazy, and as you say, this isn't just about Ange. Like he does seem like a very resilient guy, as you're saying. But God, yeah, when you put it like that, the whole thing is mental, isn't it? And worth remembering. But on that, might not help the cause here. But I'm going to go. Did you go 3-0, Sid?
I did.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go 3-1 then.
Okay, I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea.
Clean sweep.
Okay, let's move on to Sunderland versus Wolves. This is obviously at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland are 9th in the league at the moment. Fantastic, really. But I think, and Wolves are bottom of the table. They've only got 2 points this season. I did shout Wolves at the start of the season to be the potential team to be in the mix, to go down. I thought Sunderland, out of all the 3 promoted teams, would be best equipped to stay up. Thought they'd signed well, and it's kind of working out that way so far. Sunderland being at home, I can't see Wolves getting anything now. I think Sunderland will be too strong for them.
Yeah, I agree. Wolves are, I wouldn't say they look doomed, but they're not. The manager's just signed the new deal as well, which is unreal. But Sunderland are looking good to stay up, considering Wolves and the clubs like West Ham are struggling. Puts a bit more pressure on someone like Burnley, which is, I don't like to say it because obviously he's a friend of ours, Scott Parker, but he's got to be looking at Sunderland and Leeds doing well that they need to pick up. And on top of that, I've got to back our man Granit Xhaka has gone in there and he's brought in a bit of leadership and a bit of experience to that team. So I like Sunderland at the moment. I think they got more than every chance to win this game, especially at home. But I'll let you boys go with a score first.
I feel like Granit Xhaka's kind of become a friend of the pod. From his interview, we love him. He's gone about his business brilliantly, and he's dragging Sunderland with him. I think he's been a class act. I am going to go for a Sunderland 2-1 win.
Good shout.
Okay.
Do you know what? I'm going to give Wolves. I think we need a point of difference here. I'm going to go Desmond. I'm going to go 2-2.
Sunderland 1-1. 1-1 Wolves 1-1. Yeah, 1-1.
All right, lovely. Well, that concludes the scores for today. We've got Joel Ward coming up. What are you doing the rest of the evening, lads?
Chris has started already.
It looks like Chris, you're just going to crack on.
I just have a little bit. No, I'm just having a little beer. I like when we occasionally have to do these remote ones because it makes me feel like we're in COVID again, which wasn't nice. But I did enjoy doing the podcast occasionally. So this was. I don't know if you remember, Cratch. This was my beer of choice throughout those times. Rebellion Red. It was a lovely drop. It just reminds me of them times. But no, I'm going to go to bed because I'm up at 4 a.m. to go do the radio. Hopefully, I won't be getting sacked in the morning.
All right, let's get into Joel Ward. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Mr. Joel Ward with us today. How are you?
I'm very well.
Yeah. How's things? You know what? So we were talking about being. We did a whole episode last week on being a free agent, right? And what that's like. How is it, and what are you up to at the minute?
It's a little bit. I'd say a little bit unsettling in many ways. But also, I think like for me, the type of guy I am, I'm staying fit. I'm in with the academy. So Palace have been like amazing. So I spoke to the manager over the summer and just said, listen, can I come in, train with the first team for a period of time? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. Come in, keep yourself fit, tick yourself over until something gets sorted out. And then kind of, obviously they went away to Austria for a pre-season trip. And it kind of naturally then was a good parting place for me to go over the road to the academy and just tick over there and offer a little bit of advice to some of the younger lads and stay fit, and then just see what happens. Having conversations constantly, so we'll see, mate.
And obviously you're doing quite a bit of the media stuff. I've seen you doing various games and obviously coming on the pod and stuff like that. You're obviously very good at it. Is that something that you enjoy doing?
I do. I think I've always enjoyed it. Years ago I done like one for BT back in the day, and I really enjoyed it. And then since then, just kind of done little ad hoc bits. But back into the season, I kind of started to think about, right, okay, I want to try and get my foot in the door to do a little bit more. Because I think the more you do, obviously, the more comfortable you get, like in this sort of environment. So, I've really enjoyed it. And then obviously with Palace, being Palace and doing what they're doing, with obviously the Community Shield as well, it was kind of perfect to kind of dive in, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been good, learned a lot. You know,
obviously, I don't know if the lads know, but we go right back to the early days at Portsmouth, right? So, but since we started on Palace there, you've got to talk. I kind of want to get to the ending first, if you know what I mean. Because, I mean, you were there for so many years. And then to end it the way you did, I was so pleased for you, and it was a serious fairy tale. Watching you,
it's a bit of a dream, that
with the trophy, what a finish.
Yeah, I don't think you could have written it. I think there was a bigger hand in play. To be honest with you, obviously, I grew up with a Christian background, so I do believe that, and I think it was special. It was special, kind of, to have that moment. In my first season to lift what was obviously getting promoted, and then in my last moment at the club to lift the FA Cup, their first major trophy was something special and something that will go down obviously in the history books.
Did you have a feeling on the day that you was going to do it? Because you done a speech, didn't you? Was it before the game? After the game to the team. But did you feel as though something special was going to happen that day? Did you think it was just all aligned? Did you have it, or was it literally like, this is going to be tough?
Before,
really,
like months in advance of going, we're gonna win this. And on the day, I can't remember who I was speaking to, but it got to about 55, 60 minutes, and I was sat there on the bench, and I was just almost like relaxed. All the stress kind of went, and I was like, nah, it's happening. It's happening. It was a sense of like peace almost just like come over, and I was like, wow, this is we're getting this across the line.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the lads, wow, they just put in a huge performance in there, and made history.
You know what? I think everyone is kind of like. I went to the Carabao Cup final when Newcastle beat Liverpool, and obviously my little boy's a Liverpool fan. He wants Liverpool to win, but it's almost like everyone else wanted Newcastle to win because it's a special club, right, with a special fan base. Yeah. And I felt the same with Palace.
100%.
Like you saw grown, you know, there was grandmas, you know, like there was, you know, old fellas who had watched Palace their whole life, and you lads are giving them kind of the best moment they've ever had.
Well, I think like for Palace, obviously in, what was it, 90, when they got to the final there.
I went.
And then 2016, we lose in the final. And you never know if you're going to ever get back. I think obviously if you're at the Liverpools and you're at the Chelseas and places like that, you've always got a chance of getting further in the competitions or winning the leagues and stuff like that. But I think where we were, it's almost like once in a lifetime opportunity. So to do it in 2016 and then lose and then to be back there last year was crazy. And I speak to so many fans and they're just like we just never thought it would happen in our lifetime.
So how do you deal with that pressure before the game? Like what did you guys do differently to make that work? How did you prepare for that? Because I think those opportunities come so rarely. What was the difference with this that got you to take them?
I'm not sure really. I think obviously the set of lads who were in there, mentality wise, are, I think for me, like a group I've not really experienced. But then also with the manager, he's got his reputation as well around Europe, coming in and instilling that kind of belief and that confidence in us, but also just giving us the license to go out and enjoy it. We had already made so many people's day.
Well, because it's such a build-up, but that's what always strikes me about that day as well, is the build-up to it is unlike really any other game. It is kind of the whole journey of going to Wembley, like the whole feel of that day has always been so special to me.
Yeah. No,
God knows what it's
absolutely,
like
but I think
player.
like some of the lads, obviously, you look at, say, Chris Richards have been with Munich, have been in that sort of environment. You know, Danny Munoz and Jefferson Lerma had been on the biggest stage with Colombia. The lads are international players and played in the biggest stadiums and played in massive games. So I think everyone's was comfortable with it. And I think just the balance and the cohesion of the group was just something special.
Yeah, look at Palace now. I don't think there's probably enough people talking about it. I think it's like 17 or 18 games now, like unbeaten, right? And obviously unbeaten this season, but that, you know, you've beat City, Arsenal in the Community Shield, was it big games and gone unbeaten? Like, how good is Glasner like as a manager?
For me, he's the best that I've had when he came in. The way in which he articulates his message, how it's so clear. I think for many years, a lot of people saw Palace as almost like a one-man team, obviously with Wilf and what he'd done for the club and kept us in the league for so many years. Obviously, it's not taken away from the players that were there to help out as well. But I think now it's a system. So it doesn't necessarily matter who goes in. You look at Justin coming in, Devaney, or you know, Jeremy coming in now. It's like kind of you just slot it in and it works. The system works and he's got everyone on the same page. And I think when you do that, you've got the recipe for success. And I think he's intense. He's wants the standards to be maintained and held so high. And he's constantly driving it. And I think he leads from the front in the way in which like he applies himself, kind of infiltrates right through the dressing room.
It took him a while, didn't it? Because at the start, didn't win for a number of games in that season, was it? And I know a lot of Palace fans. They were saying, like, football, like, it's terrible. It's really bad to watch. But I suppose it's just because that is literally a new manager, new sort of getting a team to sort of find its way. And as soon as it clicked, like you just said there.
I mean, obviously he came in after Roy.
Yeah. Which is a set way, isn't it, with Roy?
Yeah, which was a set way. So there's a little bit of time to adjust. And then there was a few like kind of okay results, a couple of draws here and there. And then, you know, Mike Elise comes back and he's firing and Ebbs is firing and it just clicks and you're just like, wow, it's unbelievable. And then you go into the start of the next season, and we have a real struggle. But that's also, I think, down to the fact that JP didn't come back until the Thursday because of the Olympics, the Thursday before the season started. And then you had the American boys and the Copa America boys coming all back within a week of the season starting. So there was so much like kind of like disjointedness leading into that season. And no one actually, like from my side of things, obviously the results weren't going our way, but there was never, from my side, never any worry because I could see what was being put in, day out. And you had that feeling that it just needs one thing. Like obviously the Brentford game, the opening game of the season, Ebbs' goal gets disallowed, and that can change everything. But when it then started to tick, the way in which we were set up, and just the attitude and professionalism of the lads just starts to take over, and it turns into a snowball.
Did you get the big coat from the manager? Would you say were you the guy?
Well, Tony Pulis, you had Tony Pulis at Palace, didn't you? Yeah, did you ever do the big coat where he put up the big coat?
I can see managers really liking you.
And he put a big coat and like, it's basically like, you know, quite often at Stoke, he'd put a big coat on someone and said, we need you Saturday, don't train today. And you'd be sitting there and he'd put the big coat on you like that. And you'd watch training, you definitely had the big coat on.
You're giving big coat.
Big coat vibes.
Do you know what? He wants everyone out on the pitch. Like, no matter what, he wants you out on the pitch. You're in kind of 6 days, and I think time on feet is key for him. But
how did you
I
find
kind of
him?
felt well, we had a conversation in the summer. So when we were away on pre-season trip, and he kind of wanted to see where I was at and like kind of what he thought, like what I was seeing, sort of thing. And I kind of had the sense that obviously my role was slightly changing anyway at the club. But I think in my character, I was kind of like, listen, whatever happens, it doesn't change the person I am. I'll go out and train, I'll go out and play, and I'll be ready for when you need me. But also I'll maintain and hopefully maintain the standards of the lads and help push everyone on, and almost just like kind of give them the platform to just go out and try to take care of the other little bits around the club.
You know, like when I hear you talking now, like it feels to me that you've got like a passion for coaching or helping or giving your knowledge and experience to others. Do you think about moving into coaching or managing?
Yeah, so I think certainly for a season of life, like I said, I've enjoyed the punditry side of things and the media side of work that I've done. But I think with my upbringing, being in the church, I think there's like a little pastoral kind of like character within me to maybe come along and try and help and try. There we are. Just in time.
Every week. It's still going. What's unbelievable?
Midwinter, isn't it?
We're in October. Like, it's crazy.
Who's buying these ice creams?
I'm a
Seriously.
sucker for ice cream. It's the kryptonite as well.
We'll have a little break.
Mr. Whippy.
Get ourselves a 99. I didn't realise quite. So are you still very religious then?
I've been a Christian since I was kind of day one. I grew up in Bible college. I lived in a Bible college.
Really?
So in the house, there was any time from like maybe 30 to 40 people living there, students from all over the world, from South America and France. And my parents were on the leadership team within the church. And so they maintained the grounds and were involved with all the students and everything like that. So we lived on site.
Right.
So quite a unique
That is
upbringing.
unique, isn't it?
But in the same breath, we were very fortunate in that the grounds were pretty vast. So my old man ran a football school summer camp. We had, I think it was about 300 kids in the summer that used to come along for football. Wow. And we had like little tournaments set up, and all the students would be in there, and they kind of would be the refs or helping with the kids and stuff. So it was like a big community down on the south coast.
Is it easy to combine with your job as well? As in, you know, do you go to church every Sunday, for example? And obviously, it's got to go around the fixtures. But have you found it easy to kind of be able to?
It all comes down really to like the schedule and management. I think it's been trickier recently just because we would train Sundays. I've got a young family as well, so kind of doing an evening service isn't always the best. They're getting tired.
Yeah.
And we all know what happens when the kids get tired. They get a little bit emotional at times. But church has been a big part of my life. But also it's like when I'm not able to do it, it's about having the people around me. And I've got very close-knit people who I've always kind of been in contact with, and obviously my family and my immediate family as well, with my missus and wife Jess. So I've been around it from day one, and it's been something that's been like a bit of more like a cornerstone for me, something like an anchor to hold on to throughout my career. And obviously now you can see at Palace as, you know, a vast number of the first team who are all Christians. We all prayed before games. We'd all kind of, when we go away, we'd do little Bible studies and get together and bits and bobs. And actually it's almost like a full circle, because when I went in at Portsmouth, Limboy Primus and Mick Mellows.
I was just going to ask you about that, because I was obviously there at Portsmouth at the time. You were obviously a young lad kind of coming through then.
Yeah.
And Limboy used to, obviously got quite a few of the lads involved, didn't he? And I imagine you were involved in that as well, yeah?
Yeah, I was involved in it, in Kev's room.
Yeah, it's Kev's room, but they turned it into kind of a prayer room, right?
Yeah, so like we
Kitman
used to...
Kev.
Before,
Bit
big Kitman Kev, yeah. He's a bit of a legend on this podcast.
Sofa on his back, Kev.
Yeah. So the story went. He put the sofa on my back because I couldn't get it in my flat, and he went up the outside of my apartment on a ladder with a sofa on his back.
Kitman Kev was running. So that's your version of Christ being carried on the back of St. Christopher.
There you go.
Crouchy sofa on the back of Kitman Kev.
Well, I got he was, by the way. We used to have some tear-ups with Kev.
Oh, legend.
He used to do the old boot room trip with us, with the scholars. So
Yeah.
we'd all go in for a tear-up with Kev.
Oh, really?
It'd be the group
Yeah, because
of us.
you know he's a boxer.
Really?
Yeah, so you would go in and have
yeah, we would all, and we'd pile in, and then it'd flick the light on in the boot room, shut the door, flick the light off, so it's like pitch black.
And just have
he'd just hide in the corner, and we were all beating each other up. Going at it, just like a bunch of 16 to 18-year-olds having it off.
Oh my God, an absolute legend at Portsmouth. But that team there, so you talk about the prayer room. So before games, you would pray, how many people would do that?
What, at Palace or?
No, at Portsmouth. Because I remember seeing a few of the lads, I think definitely Limvoy organising it, but it was a few of the players doing it.
Yeah, King would come in,
Yeah.
Johnny Tucker, all those sort of lads. We had a few boys from other teams as well come in every now and again.
Really?
But there'd be a good number of us in there. Anywhere up from
you had
six.
you have some from whoever you're gonna play
close,
against.
like guys that knew. Yeah, because it wasn't about help us win today. It's more kind of thanks for the opportunity to be walking out onto that pitch.
You see, because I remember obviously there was some religious, obviously players at Portsmouth at the time. You'd all do it, and all of a sudden I seen Defoe in there, and I thought he's definitely praying for goals. There's no way he's saying thank you. He's asking for goals. But you're basically you're sitting around, kind of thanking God, I imagine, for the opportunity to be on the pitch and stuff like that.
And I think like for us, it's a platform really to I guess shine a light on what He's doing through us, because it's not about us, it's not about what we do, it's more what God is doing through how we operate and how we run our lives and what we give out. So even at Palace, obviously with Ebbs and Mark and Maxence and Jefferson and Danny Munoz and some of the young lads who were all coming in as well. Everyone was in the room. It was T and Eddie as well. So there was like a huge number of us that you would go in to room Palace last season and just pray. And even at the times when it was difficult or anything like that, it's just being around each other, fellowship and hanging out together as well.
Such a good insight. So, does that happen now? Would that have happened at Palace in terms of opposition? Like, obviously, I know like not anyone, but friends of.
No, it didn't happen.
So
when
it was
we
more
were
back
there, but like even now, we'd be on a WhatsApp group. So Trev Shalaba's in it, and Ebbs is still in it.
Yeah.
So we're all still
Love that.
in communication and kind of just, I guess, going on the journey together, right?
Yeah.
So you, regardless where you go, who you play for, you're on that journey together and you're able to help out and talk to each other and lean on one another in many ways.
Wasn't it at Barcelona? You said there's a little
So like a chapel.
little chapel.
Yeah, down the tunnel.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
the
like,
stadium.
like American sports, it's massive. You go over there and everyone's on giving thanks or kind of doing it or praying before games, and it's a lot more open. I think since obviously I've been in the game, it's become so much more open. When I first started breaking through and coming through, it was a little bit like I always wore my heart on my sleeve and everyone knew where I stood, but it was also like I'm maybe the only one or there's a couple of people that you know of. But now it's such a big open space for people to kind of be involved with and express themselves.
It's really interesting. I think it's something obviously very personal to the individual, but it's you don't hear many people talk about it, you know. So it's good to hear you come out and be open and honest about it all, you know, because I don't know, it's just you don't hear anyone talking about it, do you?
Like, it's like, this is the first that I've heard of sort of doing that before games and even like little rooms off of like dressing rooms, or you said there Kev's room, and like it's I didn't realise. Then that's probably ignorance to me. Really, I didn't realise it was as big as that in.
But you see, like
the
even
game.
the boys now, like I used to pray before the game on the pitch before the whistle went.
Yeah.
But then everyone's in it as well, and obviously the lads who were celebrating and after goals at the end of the games, you see it. So it's now that you've kind of opened your eyes to it, you see it more and more regularly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know, we were at Portsmouth together. It was a long time ago there. I remember it was the second spell for me, but you came through at Portsmouth, didn't you? Through the youth team.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was there from 6, 7 years of age.
Yeah, okay. Good club. And what I will say with Portsmouth is, obviously, I was there in the early days when it was kind of championship. And then obviously it goes full circle. I mean, we end up with the players that we had. Certainly when I played in my second spell there, it was an unbelievable team, win the FA Cup, get into Europe, and then it kind of dips again. It's a roller coaster of emotions at Portsmouth, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, obviously I was in the terraces as a schoolboy watching on, and saw some great things, and when they got promoted and bits and bobs, and then obviously kind of getting my scholar and being a part of that time where like yourself and people coming in, and
It was a lively group.
It was a lively group. It was a lively group. And the old, what was it? The three-wheeler.
The three-wheeler, yeah.
I mean,
the A-team.
I'm coming through. I'm like, what is going on here? What an introduction to like kind of first team football and what these guys are up to.
Yeah,
I was talking to Dave about that the other week.
yeah. I mean, it was some group we had there. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But a fucking good team as well. Like some seriously good players in that dressing room.
Well, I remember like coming down my first training session with the first team, and I was like, I come over, you've got to show respect, but I'm gonna get after it. I was always like I put myself about, but I'll make the teas and do the coffees and do the pleasantries when after I get off the pitch. And I think the Sana Diarra was going down the side, and I've come across him and hit him off the pitch like a shoulder barge, and then played the ball. The next time I got it, I've just like it's like an assassin's hit me,
Really?
like from behind, and I'm on my floor, and I'm like, fair play, happy days. Like, I'm in it. I love it. But then you had like Herman
Haridason.
like
The bear hug.
you'd maybe go past him, but you
You
weren't
ain't going.
actually getting part, getting
getting
clawed
caught.
back, especially being a young lad. It was just like that round the net, back in your
I
cup.
think the way Herman would, it must have been a baptism of fire for you. Like Herman Haridason, I mean, his hello is like a neck choke.
Yeah. I've had one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had the claw. I think I've had like the 3 marks down the back
Yeah,
of my
yeah.
neck. from one of the
He
games.
broke
one.
Glenn Little's arm, you know, by just getting behind him. It was before a game, I think, in the hotel. Just get behind him, threw him on the floor. I think he broke his arm.
We were in Charleston for pre-season, and one of the lads is a funny guy, Wayne Gill, is like physio, and you might have come
I
across
know
him.
Gilly, yeah.
Gilly, so he's got like a £5 note on like a bit of string that kind of retracts, and Herman's like walked past, and he's like tapped him on the shoulder, and he's like pointed to the money on the floor. So Herman's gone down to pick it up, and he's drawn it in. And
Oh no, how did that go down?
he's grabbed him, and he's got him in like a choke, and thrown him on the bar, and he's like gone back because his neck was hurting, and he's in a neck brace the next day. One of the physios, and I'm like that. I'm like, this is class. I was like, done it the wrong person there. Like,
Oh, unbelievable! But back to that time at Portsmouth, right? How like, some of the players there. Who was the best at Portsmouth in that era? Like Diarra was a ridiculous player, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Obviously, he went to Real Madrid for 20 odd million.
I was at Chelsea, and they went from Chelsea to Portsmouth.
but then you had like Sully as well.
Yeah, but you think out that
Sorry.
midfield that we had, right? We had Cranshaw, Montari, Diarra, Utaka.
Yeah,
It was
Papa
mad.
was in there as well.
Who?
Papa.
Yeah,
was in there.
Bouba Diop, yeah.
Serious,
like,
mate,
yeah,
squad.
Yeah,
It was
unbelievable.
squad.
Myself and Jafo up front.
Yeah.
David James, back four of Sol Campbell, Distan, Glenn Johnson.
John,
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
it was an unbelievable team. I genuinely
next
thought,
level.
really, that we were going to kick on. It was like Champions League.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you have that success and you have those sort of players, there's always going to be that ambition for yourselves to kick on as well. And if the clubs come calling, like the Reals or the Inters and the Liverpools and everything like that, you're going to be tempted, right? And you're going to go and do what you've got to do for your career. So I think like there is that element of, and it's the same with Palace, like you have this success, but there's always going to be like the conveyor belt of people going on and wanting to achieve and wanting to go on to different things and trying to make a different pathway.
Yeah.
What was your circumstances with leaving Portsmouth? Was it one of the ones where the club needed the dough, or was it time that you wanted to leave, or was it a mutual thing? Or?
Listen, for me, obviously, I broke through. I went out on loan for my first year pro to Bournemouth in the season that we were on minus 17 points. We stayed up that year, so we went in as Kevin Bond, and then it was Jimmy Quinn, and then Eddie, and Jace took over in Christmas, and we stayed up that season. And then I went back to Portsmouth, and obviously with everything going on with the financial side of things, I got my break. I played in the Carling Cup, and then I was out injured for a bit. And then back into the season when they got the points deduction and stuff like that, that's when I made my debut in the Premier League. And kind of then when they got relegated and went into that trouble, that's when I kind of broke through in the Championship and played 90 odd games over the 2 years. And that kind of, although it was a difficult time for the club, for me as a young pro, I was like, this is brilliant, because it was as well, like I played in pretty much every position that year. Those 2 years I was at Portsmouth, hardly ever played at right back. I was playing in midfield, I was playing on the left, I was playing in the hole, like centre back.
In the hole.
Literally, yeah. Like I was like,
Is that just where you were
behind, like,
needed,
David
or
Nugent.
like?
I was like, what am I doing up here?
But did you
great.
try and move yourself around, or was it just how you were being used? Like,
I think because I was young and I was enthusiastic and would work hard first and foremost, I think the managers could trust me to put in a shift first and foremost.
never in goal though.
Youth team, I did.
Did you?
75 minutes and a clean sheet, just drop that in there.
Wow.
But no, it's
most
one of those.
positions, then.
Yeah. My debut against Wigan, I played left back to start the game, and then second half I moved into centre half, and then I think a couple of games after that I was at right back, and then back in the centre half, and then obviously after that, the next 2 years I played everywhere. But I saw it as a positive, and I thought, well, like I find it funny nowadays when guys are like, nah, I'm not going to play on the right, or I'm not going to play on the left. I want to play here. Because I'm like, it's just, you're on the pitch. Like, it's an opportunity to showcase yourself. It's an opportunity to be in that first team environment, playing with the spotlight, if you want to call it that. And it's also, I saw it as just adding strings to the bow to develop and learn positions as well. And learn
Position wise, you would class yourself as your main position as a right back.
Yeah, right back and obviously right side.
Yeah.
Or like centre back. Yeah, coming
But
through.
you can
like
play in the hole as well.
And you laugh about that. We had Glenn Johnson when we played AC Milan at Fratton Park. Glenn played in the hole. He was
Inverted the false two. Way ahead of
man of the match. They had to bring Ronaldinho off the bench at Fratton Park to score.
But, like, I don't think you see it. Yeah, what a night that was.
Yeah.
I remember being in the terraces that night watching that.
That was
and I
amazing.
Like, wow.
We were 2-0 up against AC
incredible.
Milan.
Yeah, I remember watching it.
I remember being
Yeah.
down in the change room, how tight it is in Fratton Park, right? I remember seeing like Maldini walking down there going like, where am I? It's mad. It was, and you know, it's obviously, and the place was rocking under the lights.
Some of the
AC Milan.
best like atmosphere I've ever.
They come back. They
experienced.
draw. They
drew.
got a
Ronaldinho
draw,
scored a free kick in the last minute.
Remember.
Did you get a second? It was like his second touch of the night.
I think I did actually. Yeah, it was like his second.
Do you know what? I
touch,
was devastated because I wasn't on duty that night. Because obviously, as like scholars and pros and stuff like that, we would do
change room.
duties and do all the changing rooms and clean up after. And a few of the lads were like getting shirts, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's one that
Killer.
I mean, they were packed full of like stars as well.
Yeah.
It was top players. But yeah, we dominated them. Portsmouth. It was a good time to be there.
Joel, question. One player. Elise, Salah, Eze. You play with all three of them in their pomp, at the highest. Who are you picking?
For what he'd done for the club, Wilf, for me, holds the mantle. Like for Palace. I think like in terms of sheer like game effect, he was just next level for us. And he like single-handedly kept the club, you know, in the Premier League for so many years. So I think for that reason, I'd say him. I think obviously Mikey was an exceptional talent.
Yeah.
Like I would have loved to have seen him play more here.
Yeah.
But I love watching him. What he's doing now is tearing up the world football. But I think like for Palace, like Wilf sets that marker for what he'd done for the club. But Ebbs and Mikey are like top. Like
What a player, though. I remember the playoff final against Watford, and he took a penalty. You would have been playing in that, I reckon, 2013, 2012.
yeah, the first season I was at the club,
Yeah.
2012-13.
Is this Palace v Watford playoff final?
Playoff
at
final.
Wembley.
Yeah. Yeah. What
Was this when
an annoying
Kev
player.
Phillips scored the penalty? Did he score?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Score the winning penalty?
Wilf got
yeah.
the pen
Yeah.
as well.
That was it. Yeah.
Down, oh, yeah.
Fuck.
That he was
Jordan save.
so strong as well. Like you couldn't knock him off the ball, Salah. You couldn't knock him off the ball, could you? Like
So 1v1 when he's like
Yeah.
when he's going at you, he was just scary.
yeah,
Scary. But he also had that like nasty side to him, I think.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Not just he had that attitude where it'd go and make something happen. And that's what I saw in like Michael Olise as well. It was happy to take the burden, take the kind of the game by the neck and go, give me it. I'll make something happen for you, and I'll go and get you out of trouble or whatever. But yeah, Wilf was.
We had Wilf on one side, you had Balassi on the other as
Yeah.
well. It was like coming in from all angles,
it
wasn't
was
it?
a tough game that when you played against those two. Wasn't it? If you're imagine being a fullback there and just, you were training against them every day, though. Must have made you a better player.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I always saw it as like a positive when you're up against these guys, and even when you're like in more recent years when you're with like Ebbs and stuff like that and Mikey, like obviously, like I'm testing myself against the best, and that's why you get into the game. That's why you want to be, and that's why you probably want to stay at the highest level game, because you want to keep that consistency, you want to keep that challenge. And when you go into the weekend fixture, you're kind of like, well, hopefully if I can kind of hold myself against them, hopefully against anyone else, you kind of fancy your chances.
Go on.
Best thing about Joel that we haven't uncovered yet.
Oh right, what?
Do you want to use this platform to admit it to everyone?
Well,
This doesn't sound good.
I don't know what's coming.
no, it's not. It's nothing crazy.
You
it's
can
nothing
be proud.
crazy.
It's
but
nothing to keep inside.
I am certainly on the side of the barbecue. Like,
Oh, for
This man's-
fuck's
this
sake.
man's-
stuff. Like,
It's a BBQC plus.
I can't hide it. It's one of those things. Don't get me wrong. There's a time for just chucking some like bangers on and burgers on a gas barbie, but I like the process.
But this is why he's
of
so
doing
respected
something.
in this game. You know, it's
Yeah.
yeah. You know, like we've been messaging about this.
You've been
He's-
messaging about it?
Yeah. He's well into it.
Oh my good God.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
well into it. You see, there's a number of footballers who are crouchy.
Yeah.
At some point, you're just going to have to.
Jess, my missus, right? Actually, for one of my birthdays, she got me a guy to come in and give me basically a lesson on the big green egg. So like literally came in for the day, right? So came in for the day.
People are getting coaching. They're getting coaching
honestly,
now.
it started at 7:30 in the morning. He's turned up and he's come along with his truck and he's got another 4 different eggs and laid them out on the patio, and we've just had a cook-off till about 4:30, 5 o'clock at night when everyone came and turned up at the house.
Were you the best barbecue seer at Palace, would you say?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon
Yeah.
so.
I'm always happy to jump on, even at someone else's house. I'm like,
What, another man's grill?
stick me on it. I'll help out.
Control of someone's house. Imagine him coming, step aside, mate. I'll do this for you.
Just to help out if they're not feeling confident.
Yeah,
but
real
no,
captain's
I
performance.
enjoy it.
Don't get me wrong here. I love a barbecue. I'm a huge fan of it. My issue is I don't think it should take all day. I don't think it should.
He's not in for the prep. He's not marinated.
Yeah.
I've done the brisket the other week.
Yeah.
How many hours?
He tells me, look at Chris. He's
He's
fully erect. Look.
You just take these out of the equation.
Joe, no, but this is the difference. Like,
Look.
but
It's a different pod. This pair of on the couch.
I respect it, and you're not the only one. Trust me. There's so many people who come on here, who are barbecue fans, right? Like to smoke a brisket for 18 hours, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's hard, Cratchy. You've got a family. It's hard to find things that you can do out and about, you know?
It's a little escape, though. I'm not going to lie. Jess is sometimes like, do you need to stand out there and watch the shut egg for 2 hours while I'm struggling with 3 kids?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'll come
I
back.
kind of get that bit.
But you say you're cooking
get
dinner,
that
you
bit.
know? It's an important, thing to do.
It is good. I enjoy it. I enjoy the process.
How are you with ribs and that?
Not really done
nailed
a
it?
huge amount of ribs, if I'm honest
All right,
with you.
we'll talk.
We're getting
What is
to
your
it.
speciality? What is your go-to if you're just gonna do something on the barbie?
Well,
Like,
a brisket's impressive. That takes...
For me, like a picanha. So like
all
a
going
reverse sear picanha.
What's one of those?
Who do you play for?
You know,
South American.
Yeah. No, that's it. You could
Yeah,
be.
so,
That could be the next move. couldn't it?
Reverse sear it. Keep it low.
Reverse sear.
Like, so low and slow. Low and slow.
Best guest ever.
And then what I do is I'd
Hold on a minute.
take
What's
it
the
off the
reverse sear?
The
first of all?
reverse- talk us through the reverse sear.
You're cooking it slow, and then at the end, just before you serve it up, you almost like fire it up on the, like turn it right up and sear it.
Get a bit of heat.
So like
in there.
for me, I put it on low and slow, and then I'll take it out. And he taught me a trick where you put like hot water, like boiling water, inside like a cool box, like a Yeti or something like that, right? And you then let that sit in there, pour out the water. When you want to rest your meat, when it's got to its temperature, you stick it in there.
In the cold water?
No, it's hot.
No.
Hot water.
So then it maintains the temperature. So you can leave it in there until the evening if you wanted to. It'll stay in there for hours. So then you can cook everything else. And then I take everything off
You
the
just
grill.
see that?
Unbelievable.
That's
I'll take-
controversial. So you're throwing it in the water? Like,
No, you don't
No.
put it in the water.
Oh, bloody hell. I
You
was
pour
going
the
to say.
water
what's-
out and then you put the meat in
Oh,
the Yeti so it
got
just sits at the
you.
temperature.
That's clever.
And then you can leave it there, cook
is
everything
clever.
else. Right at the end, take all the grill off and just chuck it dirty in the coal.
Mate, he knows what he's doing.
I
There you
think
go.
he's better than me at
Yeah,
this
well,
stuff, actually.
he
It's-
sounds
We're
it.
in.
Sounds like you need to have this
Cook-off.
I don't know if I think you should have a cook-off. We'll get you round. A couple of green eggs. You can go at it all day.
It's not
You can reverse sear each other.
It's not an eggy. It's not an eggy buff. It's an egg off.
I've got to quite a funny place in football now. It's like Wayne Bridge FaceTimed me with questions about his barbecue. It's like I've got sort of.
You're the go-to.
You've got one now. You enjoy
I've
it.
got
a
one,
bit,
yeah,
don't you?
I do enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Oh, so
not
you sat there
extent.
quietly.
He's a closeted
No, I'm
barbecue
not.
scene,
I'm
that's
not. I'm the same. I love cooking on a barbecue, but I don't know how you do like briskets. and
But that's
slow
why
cooking.
Jess got me a lesson because I was like, I needed to understand what this thing could do, and we done everything. We done pork. We done all the potatoes. We done all the veg. We done
Yeah, I've not done
we
that.
done fish.
It's
then
like
we
a
done
Mac- it's like a
we done like
MacBook.
flatbreads.
Yeah.
Like in there. So it was like a whole like list of things that we done, and then we done pudding in it as well, like a sticky toffee pudding.
Oh, so there you go. Now we're
You can't.
talking.
Who's cooking pudding on a barbecue?
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But it was unbelievable.
I'll
Yeah,
give you one.
like,
I'll give
insane.
you one. Cabbage, right? Buy a cabbage. Take the lid off.
Oh my good God! What is this? This is not happening on my watch. Here.
You get a, right. Listen, just very quickly, and then we'll.
You got a couple of minutes.
All right, couple of minutes. Right.
If that.
Cabbage.
Cabbage.
lid off the cabbage, right? So like the top of the FA Cup. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like top of that off.
Fill it.
Yeah. And then hollow it out a little bit. Then what you're doing, you're putting in there, you're putting some shallots, olive oil, garlic,
Nice.
bit of chili, bit of rub onto that.
Yeah.
Lid back on. Put that straight on the coals.
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah,
dirty. Let it cook whilst you're doing your beef on top. The beef drip onto that, right?
Nice.
So sounding good.
It's music to me, is it?
Give this an hour or so, maybe even more. Obviously, all the leaves on the outside you take off. Chop that off with a bit of mayo and that, and you're basically making your own coleslaw.
There you go.
Yeah.
Have you done the beetroot
Do
on
your
there
own
as well?
side.
The beetroot's good on there.
No, is it?
Turns into like
How
a
long
jelly.
we got, Crouchy?
No, I think you've got to go now, John.
Sub him off. Get him out.
Pleasure having you on, though.
Yeah.